mida ma ei ole üldse tahtnud.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Egle and I'm happy to be chairing this session regarding the sustainable goals. And first I would like to give a word to Egle Säre from Tartu University. She is a doctorand and also lecturer, and she will be telling us all about how to philosophy with the children. So, please, the floor is yours.
My doctoral thesis is developing thinking skills through philosophizing with 5 to 6-year-old children. And my experiences with philosophizing with children are from the year 2001 in Estonia, where I philosophized with children in age 3 to 12, and I studied the method philosophizing with children, and I qualified in Austria and in Germany. First, very short overview of topics that I am going to introduce today. First of all, I will introduce the program Philosophy for Children. Short of them is P4C. And the topics what children will be arguing according to this method. The main aim of the presentation is to share experiences about the implementation of the method philosophizing with children in Estonia, but also provide examples of teachers' questions, how to guide the philosophical discussion. Now a little bit about this program. Philosophy for Children is a philosophical educational program that began in the early 70s in the USA, created Matthew Lipman, who was of the opinion that children in traditional forms of education do not think as well as they might. He created a program in collaboration with colleagues at the Institute for the Advancement of Philosophy for Children at Montclair State University in USA. P4C is widely used all over the world, almost in 50 countries, and has inspired others to create a variety of alternative approaches, also for younger children. And today, P4C is a program which covers ages from 4 to 18. P4C main aim is to encourage children's cognitive skills, reasoning skills, also social skills and language skills. And that's all through questioning and dialogue between pupil, teacher and peers, as they discuss concepts of importance to them. B4C do not mean learn about philosophy. It means learn to philosophize better. Philosophical discussion consists of different activities. For example, amazement, asking, rethinking, being suspicious, and inquiring. B4C has reached in Estonia in the year 2001, and in Estonia is called as a method philosophizing with children, lastega filosofeerimine. It's a method of teaching to guide discussion which develops children's linguistic capabilities and social and cognitive abilities. Now, about the topics of everyday lives which children will discuss in philosophical discussions. The topics of everyday life are motivating children to participate in philosophical discussion, and teacher questions guide the children to think independently. Suitable atmosphere and a neutral attitude of teacher encourage children to express their opinion. Here you can see questions which could be used as a topic of philosophical discussion. How much is endlessly? Can the animals be happy? How do we always wake up? What was in the beginning? When is it never? Does an aunt know that he is an aunt who gave birth to Carl? Why are we even born when we do eventually die anyway? How these questions seems to you?
We ask them all the time. Childhood. Continue to ask.
These questions are quite difficult. It is not easy to answer to this question, and there is no right answers. Now about that, how the children of Estonia liked an innovative approach B4C in the opinion of teachers from training course. Children asked often when we can again do philosophy, when the philosophy was over, the philosophy class. But children and teachers enjoy the process of philosophical discussion. And teachers have shown great interest to implement this method regularly in everyday learning process. And which is the readiness of teachers who has completed an 8-day training course to implement a new method in learning process in schools and in kindergarten in Estonia. Answered about 100 of teachers from different courses in the year 2011 to 2015. The teacher answered mostly something like that. I am ready, and I will frequently use B4C. I am ready, and I will regularly, once a week, use B4C. I am ready and I will integrate P4C into learning process. They say it also the reason why they are answered so. Because children really like to participate in philosophical discussions. They are open and active. They enjoy philosophical discussions. And they said also that I realize how smart children are. I become new information from myself, said the teachers. The results show that there is a hope that in the future the number of teachers in kindergartens and school in Estonia is significantly bigger, who are able and willing to guide philosophical discussions. But there are also some difficulties introducing new method in learning process. And which are the circumstances that make it difficult to implement philosophical discussions quickly? To implement P4C as an independent activity in learning process, teacher has said that innovative and untraditional activity needs a lot of time to practice, but we need to follow the national curriculum that requires teaching a wide range of skills and knowledges. Teachers are like pushed into a corner. Teachers said also that too many children in discussions, it leads to problems in the discipline. This is a quite common problem that teachers experiences every day. Too much time is spent to maintain the discipline. But curriculum prescribes also thinking skills. And philosophy for children helps to develop thinking skills, social skills, and therapy improves students' behavior and also relationships. Teachers' questions to guide the process of discussions are most important to succeed in philosophical discussion. Teachers' questions should guide the discussion to make possible that children begin to reason, to conclude, to analyze, to compare, and see the links between pairs, opinions, or between concepts. Here you can see some examples how a teacher can guide the process of philosophizing with children. Here an example when Tom age 5 asked, "Where does time go when it is over?" But do we want to find out? Asked the teacher. What are the problems? What do we mean? Where does the time go when it is over? Why do you think so? It's a very common question what I have to ask to make the children reason process. How do you explain your opinion? Could it have been different? What do others think? Are there good reasons for believing it? According to this, what the children said already. children's questions are very important and they must be grasped. Here you can see one example from a dialogue with a girl aged 5. She asked, "Why do I have to go to school?" The teacher then asked, what do you think? Why it is necessary to go to school? Then you will be wise. Why do you need to be wise? Then you can get good grades. 5-year-old child, yeah? What are other reasons why you need to get wise? Then you can live well, and then you have a good feeling. And now the teacher doesn't have to ask hello. That's the point of the dialogue that the 5-year-old child came. It doesn't. It wasn't very long, maybe 3 to 4 minutes. This dialogue only. And now we can a little bit discuss about this topic.
Thank you very much. Maybe there are some questions.
Maybe a comment form. To my mind, philosophizing is actually very, very important as well, and not only among children, but among all of us. And a philosophical attitude we have to consider, actually, because it is a question of attention, actually, and concentration, and noticing and listening of the other. Isn't it? We have great lack of it. And as regards fulfilling all this curriculum, curriculums. So actually, how isn't there kind of a contradiction that we need children to know specifically very many things we teach them as an experts of very narrow specialities, but how they could connect them, that's the question actually, and this is not answered. Can we give good example in connecting all these subjects we have actually taught? I hope you agree with me. Yes. In large scale, because to my mind it's a great problem actually, connecting all the information, processing it.
It's very
And philosophy,
good approach for
philosophy methods, and asking question ability actually helps us to get through it. The connections between subjects and between people. Very, very useful. Thank you.
Thank you. And, yes, please, from the back.
Hello. Well done for presenting in English, and it was good English. I really enjoy the way that helping children to draw attention to their inner self. Do you find that it helps with discipline when the children actually understand that self-discipline is actually important in order to be able to integrate and engage in a group situation? Did you find that the philosophy helped the children in understanding that process?
Yes, because there is a meta discussion also when there are problems, discipline or something else. Then we stop the dialogue about the topic and then we discuss the problems. and then they can understand what is the self-discipline. I don't know. Answered I?
No, that's interesting. Thank you very much.
Maybe there's... Yes, please.
You had those were philosophy lessons, or were they just part of any lessons, or were they just thought, now let's start doing philosophy now and have philosophical discussions? Was it so, or did you integrate them into the different other subjects?
For me, was it an independent lesson? I didn't integrate, but it is possible to integrate.
Because I same opinion as the lady before, that I think this is important for everybody and everywhere. And did you find that, did you see that the students started to discuss in a better way in other situations as well? That somehow they
I haven't seen it myself, but teachers who introduce as integrated method, they see it's helpful. Children start to arguing, reason, analyze, and so on. There is a lot of researches which also point that opinion.
Okay, thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. And we will, from the Poland, we move back to Estonia and maybe a little bit closer again to the children. So I would like to give the word to the Estonian colleague who is talking us about Gaia School.
Information about the values and ideas we use, and after that giving you more information through photos what have been made during this last school year.
Excuse me, can you speak up?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gaia School is a private primary school. We started last year. We have one class with 10 pupils today. And we are constantly growing, so we expect to have 35, maybe 40 pupils next autumn. And we also open new classes because we believe that pupils should have small classes nearby to their home. So we support, we give structure for initiatives by parents to start new classes in smaller places all over Estonia. Next year there will be 2 more classes in Türi and in Mõisamaa. We follow the ordinary state curriculum, but we are based on values and principles of Gaia education. So here you can see what is Gaia education very briefly. And here is a list of our values, which I will not read loudly. You can take a glance and concentrate on these values because this is the basis. And when we follow the school ordinary state curriculum, we put the basis on our everyday life, and we change the method how to give this ordinary education to children using innovative methods. Now a few words about the rhythm of our school life. We follow the calendar. The weather is very important because a lot of time we are outdoors. And we also follow our national traditions because we believe that our ancestors were quite smart. Their life went from party to party. And we also expect that it is a good lifestyle to have a party to wait for all the time. So, and national calendar gives us a lot of parties. So we are planning our life from party to party. And every month we have a certain topic. And this topic is connecting everything we teach. We read books in our Estonian language lessons, which are linked to this topic. We go to different museums, we visit different people and different places which are connecting to this topic. So these topics we choose at the beginning of each school year, and the whole school is following these topics through the year. We have also weekly rhythm, and we have classes in ordinary form in school class with desks and chairs, with books and blackboard from Monday to Thursday, and every Friday we have practical life lessons. We go outside and we learn from life. We have been in the museums, in different hikes, in forests, everywhere. And our daily rhythm. We start every day with a morning circle, and also we end the day with a circle. We make morning exercises, acrobatics, different kinds of physical movements, dancing every morning. And children are eager to start new traditions, so they demanded to end people with some sweets. So every Thursday in the ending circle, we concentrate on everybody's achievements which were made during the last week, and everybody can get a prize for being a good pupil and for overcoming some hardships during the week and for achieving something. Here are the keywords that we follow, and next I will go on with some photos to explain and to show more vividly how we work with the children. Learning by doing is something that everybody has heard about, and we try to do it in a practical way. In September we started to do ceramics during our lessons, and before Christmas we had already quite a nice collections of different pottery, ceramics, postcards, candles and different things. And we made a plan, we made a business plan. We will go to the Christmas market and sell all the things that we do. And here is the Christmas market, and a successful tradesman selling their production here. And during this process, which lasted from September to December, we studied mathematics, and we made some handicraft, and we had a lot of negotiations and planning process all together. And after the market, the children earned 26 euros. And then we had also long and demanding negotiations how to divide this money. And after the end of the negotiations, children decided that everybody will get a salary of 2 euros, and the rest will be given to the teacher, because she is the trustful person who can take care of the money, and we will keep it for the future. Who knows when we will need it. So that was their decision. Living with nature is something that is also a core thing in sustainable development, and what we really do very, very often. And here is a photo about our lesson when we studied what is water, how to clean water, how to use water filters, and we really saw how the muddy water can be cleaned. Animals, children, most of the children like animals, and we go to Tallinn Zoo every week, visiting different animals, and local experts in Tallinn Zoo Educational Center are giving lessons to our class too, and they can also, of course, take care of the nice young small animals there, rabbits for example, but also they hear a lot about bigger animals and wild animals, and to hopefully start to respect nature in all these forms. Gardening is one important aspect. We put seeds into soil, we grow the different plants, we measure the plants, we follow the growing process, and we can see the difference when we water the plants. Those plants which are watered can grow faster, which get more sun can grow faster. So this is a whole process that took almost a month, and after the end of this process we were able to eat these nice green plants that we have grown. We have also visited the laboratory of Tallinn University, where local people gave us an opportunity to use microscopes and to see what is inside different food. For example, here is honey, and we saw all the little pieces which are inside the honey. In St. Valentine's Day, we decided to find friends from other parts of the world. And we went to NGO Mondo, who is taking care of contacts between Estonian and African children. And we heard stories about African children who don't have emails, who don't have electricity in their school, and who have to start their school day bringing water from well to the schoolhouse. So this is an absolutely different world for our children. And now we have pen friends in this African class. We wrote them a letter, but as they don't have electricity and emails, the letter will be brought to their village by an Estonian lady. And we expect to get the answer back in July when the lady is coming back. So this takes some time to write letters with our pen friends, but this is something very new, and it makes the world bigger for our children to understand the different cultures. Museum lessons. There are lots of museums in Estonia and Tallinn which have really good educational programs. We use them as much as possible. And of course, whenever the weather is good, we are outdoors hiking or picking mushrooms or just camping, falling into river, making firewood. And inspiration. Inspiration is a very important thing. We try to support children initiatives as soon as they start. Quite often school has to follow the curriculum, and we cannot follow the children's ideas because we have a lesson now, and we have to stop the creative processes because we have the curriculum to follow. But here is an example. This is an invitation. Here is written, please come to our spectacle starting at 10 a.m. And this invitation was written by children before the lessons, one morning or one school day, and they prepared a spectacle in the classroom. They closed the door, whispered there, planned something, and then gave the teachers the invitation. And the teacher had this freedom to not to start with a lesson so quickly, but to go to the spectacle. And the whole first lesson, there was a spectacle because they used all the musical instruments, and they created some songs, and there were the chairs for audience, and everything was prepared. And we are quite lucky that in such a small school we can use this opportunity. When the creative thoughts come out, then we have to let them be there immediately, because otherwise later maybe they will not anymore come out. And this was a perfect learning opportunity both for children and for teachers. Parties and concerts, as I told already, we try to party as much as possible. And we follow old traditions. This is Karipäev, St. Catherine's Day. And as told already before, children start new traditions. For example, they started to claim that they eat pancakes more often. And then they made a suggestion that every week there should be one day which is Pancakes Day. And when you start to think, then yes, why not? Why shouldn't be every week one day which is Pancakes Day? And now we have this tradition that Thursday is Pancake Day. And this is like a happy end of the week, because Friday we already go outside, which is fun. Morning circles. And last but not least, teamwork is the key word, which is maybe the most important thing in school. We believe that the most essential thing that schools should teach children is to be able to live in the community, to live in unity within yourself, to live in the community of your family, to live in the community with your country or the whole world, which is also the idea of sustainable development itself, and which is not easy at all. So this is something that what we really try to teach in all the processes in our school life. And this is something that takes years. This is not able to learn it in one lesson. And thank you very much for your time, for listening to us. Have a nice spring.
Questions, comments? First, yeah.
This all sounded really amazing. I would love to visit your school, but I was wondering if all those Gaia principles are embedded in the food, what they eat, and the candies, and are they somehow ecological, and if they are ecological, then how do you manage to budget the school?
This year we have 10 children. The choice of the parents of these children were to have a vegetarian food at school. The children, they are not vegetarians, but we decided, that was a joint decision, that this one time per day they will get at school vegetarian food. Next year, when we have more children, we might have other decisions. Candies, yes, this is one candy per week, and normally children eat more candies per week than one quite often.
But are they from a sustainable resource or not?
We have not reached this level, we can say so, because we have tried with apples, oranges, and other things, but this is not this is not good for children. They don't prefer orange or apple. They are not happy. They are happy having one candy, and this is something that we have. We will not die for this one candy probably. But do we?
But where is the school located? Does it have like a Gaia garden? Or?
Yeah, we are so young that we have used this. We have used other people's gardens till today, but we will move to a new location. We will be there in September, and then we will have a garden, small garden, and also in Mõisamaa in Marjamaa vald, where our class will be opened. There is an eco-community, and they have a very big garden. This is like our country base, and all the bigger gardening works will be done there.
And where the idea came? Who inspired this idea? Who is behind? Are you a principal or the teacher there?
Yes,
or you are behind that idea?
I'm a principal and the teacher and the cleaning lady and the cook and the finances and everything else. But the idea started 5 years ago when we had a training of Gaia education teachers. And then we had a group of 25 to 30 people there. and the training course it ran all through the year. So we had several times to come together and discuss, and again we discovered that what good information this is. Why don't children study this kind of information about sustainable development and everything else at the first grade? Why do we have to hear it when we are already adults? And that was the reason why we started this process of preparing the school. Because we understood that if we will not do this for our children, then it will never happen. We just have to start to try to practice.
Okay, first lady and then.
I'm interested about those Gaia schools in other places or in Europe, or if this is only in Estonian studies, so how big schools are there?
Gaia education was developed as an adult education. So there are lots of courses for adults all over the world. But this is first time to use Gaia education in ordinary school on primary level. So we are the first ones, but there is also a second school already starting in Spain, which also is for primary level, and they also combine state curriculum and Gaia education principles. This is something that is growing and spreading, and everybody in each country have a little bit their own legislative background, own habits, own traditions, and so on. So it's unique in each country.
Please.
Yeah. How does the government react? Do they back you, fund you, or?
We are registered as an ordinary school because the curriculum we follow is ordinary Estonian state curriculum. This is the knowledge is the same, but the methods are different, and this is allowed. So we get ordinary financing from state as every other private school.
Yeah.
But we also have a fee for the parents, yes.
And the ages, are there mixed ages, or is it one age level?
Yeah, one age level, yes. And we want to grow each year one class more.
Some more questions? Okay, then thank you very much.
Thank you.